I knew that there would be consequences before I even started cutting down, before I even promised to stop drinking. I knew there was going to be consequences. I was ready to face those consequences. No matter what they were, I was going to do whatever I had to do to stop drinking because whatever the consequences are, damn them, I'm going to quit. And yeah, I know you guys have been asking, you've been saying, well, there hasn't been a vlog for the last couple of days. And I would love to be able to sit here like the last time and say, well, I got too busy and didn't have time to do a vlog, or because it was just a boring day and nothing happened. But unfortunately, this time, that's not what happened. I'm in the hospital. Earlier today, I was sitting in the room and part of my vision in my eyes just went out, blinded in part of my eyes. So I immediately came to the emergency room, and now we're going to find out why I've gone partially blind. I hope it's something they can fix, but we'll see. So whatever's happening with me right now, it's coming from my brain. It's not my eyes. My eyes are fine. They've done a brain scan, taken blood, a lot of tests, and a few more things. And hopefully pretty soon here, I'm going to find out what's wrong and why I've lost part of my sight. I'm really curious to know. I mean, I hope I just am not partially blind from now on. That would really not be good. So, back home now. And I don't know really what to say about that little trip. I don't know if I trust him. The American health system is just so screwed up. I went in, and from the very beginning I was telling them, they were asking me, which eye is it in? Which eye is this blind spot in? Both of them. They did several tests. Okay, cover one eye. Where is it there? Okay, cover the other eye. Where is it there? And they did that several times. The doctor did that several times. But ultimately, in the report, the doctor wrote that I said it was in one eye only, even though several times and several tests I put it in both eyes. I told him it was both eyes. And the reason that he put it in one eye was because if it was in one eye, then he would be legitimized in ordering new tests that weren't necessary. I could tell you that it wasn't an eye issue. They were examining my eyes. And I'm not a doctor, but I do happen to know something about logic. And unless I got a blind spot in both eyes simultaneously in the same place, then it wasn't an eye problem, it was a problem in my brain. They did do a CT scan. The rest of the time, they spent looking in my eyes. In fact, they even called in a specialist to look at my eyes, who then dilated my eyes, which they're still dilated. You might be able to see. And that didn't help my eyesight. I've been walking through this entire day in this partially blind mist where I can't see shit, and they're poking at my eyeballs. Eventually that specialist did come in and said, oh, well, your doctor said it was just in one eye. No. But they did determine it's not a problem in my brain. They said it was an ocular migraine. I'm not feeling any pain from it, and they said that it would go away. Here we are several hours later. It's not going away. I think they're full of shit. I think this may be something that is... They said it's definitely... Well, they said it's probably a result of my quitting alcohol. But I'm going to bet you... I bet you money that they want me to go back to the doctor so they can do a litany of tests, draw all the money out of my insurance they possibly can, and then just tell me, well, looks like you're just partially blind. Good luck, kid. I have a feeling it's permanent. It's not debilitating, but it is annoying, unless I'm reading, and then it's really turns into a problem because I will read, like I can look at a word, but all the words behind it in the sentence are gone. They just vanish. So I have to read every single word. I can't just look at a sentence and read it, have some idea. I have to look at every single word as I go by. If this is permanent, it's going to be something that I'm going to have to get used to. I'm going to have to change up. I'm going to have to adjust to this if it's something that stays and just doesn't go. Time will tell. I think I may give them one more shot and see what they say. I may go back tomorrow and see what they say. And if they, well, I don't know, let's send you to Dr. Blah, blah, Dr. Blah. Well, let's send you over to Dr. Let's get some tests over here, tests over. Then I'm going to be like, you know what, fuck this. This is just a racket to get me in the hospital system longer. And I'm not interested in that. So we'll see how it goes. And I'll keep you guys up to date. I was walking out of the bathroom, and as I was coming back in here to the studio, a blank part of my vision just opened up. Just a little bit left of center and above the center of my vision, just a blind spot just opened up in my vision. Almost like when you stare at a light for too long, a bright light, and then you look somewhere else and that light stays there and you can't really see through it, except it was dark in here. I hadn't been looking at any lights and it didn't go away. And I'm not sure if it will. It's been quite a long time. They did say that it would go away today, but it's been almost 24 hours since it happened, and it's still there. I may have to go back to the hospital. This may turn into a thing that has to be really seriously dealt with. Strangely enough, the rest of the weekend was actually very pleasant. On Saturday, me and two friends, Jax and Mira, we went out for German food. It was really good. I made a really interesting discovery that day as well, because that was the 8-shot day, and I'd taken 4 of them earlier in the day. I was saving 4 of them specifically because I knew we were going to go out and eat, and I thought, well, that'd be a good place to do it. I was going to have a beer. 1 beer is about the equivalent of 1 shot, so I thought, okay, I'll drink a couple of shots. We go out to eat. I'll have a nice beer, because you're going to a German restaurant. You want a German beer, right? But I found out that at this point, even drinking the allotted amount for every day is almost becoming too much. I nearly got sloshed off my ass just from, 3 shots of vodka and 1 beer. And that's a little weird for me, because that's like a morning. I drink that to get up in the morning, and yet here I am stumbling home just from this relatively small amount of alcohol. I woke up the next day and later anyway, and I really felt the brunt of a hangover. And then the next day went to the hospital. So that's why there wasn't a vlog this weekend, was because of all that. Other effects I've noticed have been, other than the blind spot in my eye, my dreams are getting more vivid. On a good note, the constant feeling of the room spinning, that's all but gone now. I don't have that anymore. I don't have the sudden bouts of dizziness, and it doesn't feel like the room is spinning anymore. And also, today was 7 shots, and I hope you guys understand that with all the pressure, with everything that was going on with the hospital, with everything, I did not take 7 shots. I took 5. Quitting alcohol is very hard. I still want to drink. I still want to drink. But there's something that I want more than that, and that's to keep my promise that I made to you. That promise is holding me. It's the thing that I want more than alcohol, is to keep my promise. And I can't have both at the same time. So that's holding me together. Even while I feel like physically right now I'm falling apart. My hip still isn't better. I don't know what the deal is with that. I can barely walk on it. I now have a blind spot in my eye that I can only hope is not permanent. But we're going to see. Either way, onward. We're well into the single shots now. Tomorrow is 6. I think I'll be able to do okay. And it's another day, folks. I'll see you then.